Okay, so, and then I'm going to share my screen.
Beautiful.
There it is. When we are just too busy, like this week. All right, Charlie. Well, thank you for joining us. And this is recorded, so for our guests who couldn't make it, they can watch later. We're going to do something a little different today because Bex and I were busy this week, and I've been thinking a lot about emotional health, and I'll talk about this a little bit more. But as I was thinking, oh, I got to fill this in. I got to hurry and do this, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stress over this, and we're going to do it a little differently today. And so here we go. When you're just too busy. And we wanted to talk about this because when we are busy and rushed and our lives are jam packed and we're overwhelmed, we forget to do the things that are kind of the most beneficial to us, right? We don't rest, we don't eat well, we forget to use our oils. And so we wanted to kind of do a refresher course with that kind of theme because especially coming into the holiday seasons, I know, a lot of people get really busy and we forget to do the things that keep us healthy and well and happy. And Bex, you're there.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm back. Yes, I was just listening to your beautiful tones.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
but yeah, I mean, I can't agree more with Gina. There are so many times that I think us ladies in particular completely forget the things that are the most important. And it's not until you've got a stuffy nose or a scratchy throat or, you've got aches and pains that you sit back and think, oh, my body is trying to tell me something right now, and I really should take the time to listen. And that's basically what this morning is going to be all about: is the basics, some go-tos, and why we shouldn't forget.
Yes. So this is what we're going to do. And Bex, are you going to type or you want me to type?
I don't think if I type, I don't think it's working. So,
okay. I guess I'll type.
I mean, I'm happy to type. It's just so if you maybe are going to have to do most of the typing, and I'll try and do all the talking. Oh, it's going to be hard for me to do all the talking, Gina.
No, I can do. Let me do this one. Okay, so basically, we are going to talk about, and you can even chime in, Lee, if you'd like, on what our favorites are for cold and flu.
We were hoping it was going to be a bit of a crew this morning and that we could have made this interactive. But Lee, you are the crew today. So anything you know,
yeah,
just share. So we can't wait to hear your ideas. And Gina and I are hoping to pick up some tips from maybe you as well. So, but otherwise, we've got lots of ideas to fill it in.
Exactly. No pressure. No pressure. So I'll start with one. My favorite go-to flu balm whenever I feel something coming on is, and I put this in the capsule, the veggie capsule. I don't know if you have those yet, Lee, but you can open them right up and you can put your oils right in and make your own capsules. So this has been my go-to for years and years. And sometimes I add some things into it, and Bex has a little bit of a different go-to, which she'll talk about. But this has worked for me, and through some pretty intense viruses, and my daughter had strep throat once, and we decided to use our oils. And so lemon, tea tree, and oregano, and I do 1 to 2 drops. And if it's something really intense like strep throat, we did 4 times a day with this capsule for her. And then as you go, you can scale it back a little bit. So like, after maybe day 2 or 3, when she starts feeling a little better, I would scale it back to 3 a day. But I would continue the protocol for a good 10 days, especially with strep throat, because you want to make sure it's all gone. So just like an antibiotic, that's how I treat it. And oregano is basically nature's antibiotic. Oregano kills the good and the bad bacteria in your gut so as to get the bad out, but it's so potent that it will get rid of the good bacteria as well. So you do want to make sure, if you are doing a protocol for more than kind of 5 days or whatever you're getting the good bacteria back into your system, either through a probiotic or, foods with probiotics, natural probiotics. So that has worked really well. And I will also mention, and because my daughter, who is a second year at Cal Poly right now, has a gnarly virus, but it's not strep, it's not COVID. But anyway, so she's doing this protocol. She did have a sore throat, so she was gargling with a drop of On Guard and some water, several times a day, just so because when we weren't sure it was strep throat, if it was or not, I was like, oh, you want to kill whatever's in there for sure. So gargling with On Guard, and also a drop of tea tree under your tongue is really great for sore throats. Tea tree under tongue. Okay. Bex, what would you like to add?
I would like to add just the On Guard soft gels are an amazing go-to.
Yes.
But as well, the Tri-Ease soft gel, because I feel like that can hold off a lot of the time any colds and flus if they're starting with allergy issues. So I find particularly that if I'm getting under the weather, it's always allergy based at first. And then if I don't take care of it, some kind of bacteria will settle in. So we, as a preventative, constantly will take our Tri-Ease and our On Guard.
I like it. Yes. And, I have been. Go ahead. Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Sorry. When you do so are you saying you do the On Guard soft gels? Like if you feel something coming on, you start a regimen with those? And like how do you do it? Like kind of like the flu bomb one, like a few times a day, or?
So we actually take On Guard and Tri-Ease every single day. And when I say we, even my 6 and 9-year-old, it's just part of what they do. We're all very allergy prone. And so it's something that we've kind of just got into a groove with. But if we're not well, we take more of the soft gels. Like I'll just do them in the morning with like their vitamin gummy. They do like an elderberry gummy, and then they do the A to Z children's one as well as the kids probiotic from dōTERRA. But we do increase the soft gel if they've got something. And I will also with kiddos, because you can't always get them to put tea tree under their tongue. In fact, you can't. They just won't do it because it's gross and they're not willing to conform. And so I'll make rollers. And so with the flu bomb that Gina is making for you to take internally, if you can't get youngsters or even adults to swallow the pills, you can make a roller and go ahead and put it on the soles of your feet and your spine. But yeah, I do both as well as diffusing. But yeah, anything cold and flu related, On Guard soft gels, Tri-Ease soft gels. And the other thing I would like to add is detox baths, Gina, would be our big one. Get in the tub, Epsom salts with lavender and tea tree.
Yes. And I learned something yesterday from my acupuncturist, because I have been also feeling like some kind of congestion and my body's been, we have been going like burning the candle at both ends. We've just had stuff and more stuff and travel and birthdays and finally, like this past week after being in slow with my daughter, I was like, okay, I need to slow down. So I have been doing all of this, and it's keeping everything at bay. But so I went to acupuncture yesterday, and she said broths, spicy broths. So like pho, or she said, because I drink a lot of bone broth. And so she said, add some float some scallions in your bone broth when you're heating it, as well as ginger, like fresh sliced ginger. And I was like laying there and I was like, oh my God, that sounds so amazing. And so, so warm things like that with a little bit of spice, because she says ginger has the spice. And she said,
oh yeah, it's hot. And we have a ginger oil.
Yes, and we have ginger oil, which I told
my
her.
ginger oil all the time. So
yes, and I told her I have ginger oil. I add it to my teas. But anyway, she said that helps everything kind of like your body pushes stuff out. So another little hot broth with spice. So
Okay.
she's like, pho is really good. She's like, after you travel, eat some pho because, if you have something brewing, it will help push it out. I also am loving the new On Guard tablets.
Oh yes, I keep those in my desk drawer.
Yeah, and so I'm taking those daily. And I did read, I read the package yesterday or the other day, and it's like take several. So you can take more than one a day if you are feeling a threat. So
Those are supposed to be chewed up, right? I haven't
Mhm.
used those yet.
yeah, you
They're
too.
chewable. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
kind
really
of
like.
stuck them for a little while. I like them.
Yeah, I do too. I like the flavor. It's a little bit, there's a little tinge of clove. My husband's like, I don't like that, but I like them a lot. So I've been
There's
doing
a
those.
woman, there's a lady that I follow on Instagram that is with doTERRA as well. And she posted a few weeks ago, I guess, I don't know if it says it on there, but she was advising if you do chew those up to don't do it like on a completely empty stomach. I guess like the something that's in there, the strength of everything that's in there, if you do it on an empty stomach, it can just make you feel kind of weird.
That'll be the zinc. That'll be the zinc that's in there. It can make you feel a little nauseous. So yeah,
Yeah, she
maybe.
said she just got like nauseous and she felt a little bit like, kind of got like the sweats, like how you're, I don't know if you ever had taken vitamins on an empty stomach
Oh,
and you
I
get
have that
yeah.
with everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
So I remember I was like, okay, I got to remember that if I use those to not do it on an empty stomach.
I think she
Yeah.
probably did several. I mean, because I've done it with not very much in my stomach and I've been just fine and I'm very sensitive. So maybe she did it on like a real empty stomach after working out or something and did a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah.
Because I've not found that, and generally I'm pretty sensitive to that. So,
Okay, good to know.
but I would just carry them in your purse and pop them as and when. I use those instead of the On Guard cough drops now.
Oh yeah, because those have sugar, and
yeah,
which is fine, but you don't want to probably like, oh hey, you're writing now.
Is it working?
It's
oh,
working.
Fabulous! I just added them in there.
Yeah,
tremendous. Well, Gina, we have so many slides to get through. We should try and plug
speed it up a
through.
little. Yeah. There was just one last thing I was going to say. Oh, never mind. Okay, I won't. All right. Do you want?
I can try it. Yeah.
I'll type this slide and you type the next one. How about that?
Sounds good.
Okay. So poor sleep. Okay. Couple of my favorite things, which are kind of, well, let's start with the most basic, lavender, obviously.
Yes.
Anyone who knows me knows I love cedarwood.
Oh,
shuts my brain down, calms my brain, shuts everything off. Copaiba soft gels. I love a drop of the oil under my tongue or the soft gel. Definitely calms the body. Serenity soft gels.
I love diffusing Serenity at night.
Yes.
It's so weird because I love it so much and it's just so soothing, but I've tried it. I've tried wearing it or, putting it on topically, and something about it, like, how some things just don't go with your chemistry of your body. Yeah. I couldn't stand it. Like I had to take a shower, try to get it off, but I love it diffused. It was so weird.
That is interesting. But yeah, they definitely can mix with your chemistry. And all right. So one thing I've discovered lately, kind of out of the ordinary, and I know I'm going to put Bex's favorite, the Bergamo Show.
Yeah.
She loves bergamot for sleep, and you can touch on that. But turmeric, for some reason, I don't know, randomly I took one night and I slept so deeply. And so I'm not sure what it is, but that works for me. And so
maybe you had some inflammation going on. And so it just kind of took care of it and allowed you to sleep. Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of one thing out of the ordinary that works for me. All right.
I like that. Oh, and the other one that's pretty good for sleep, I would put in there petitgrain and balance.
And balance. Yes. I was thinking about this in my sleep last night, actually.
Yeah.
Balance is one of my favorites. I love it so much.
Oh, look, I want to just hug it. I love balance.
And all of those that you put at the top, would just be either diffused or topically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. In fact, all of these you could even take internally as well, I think, except cedarwood. Can you do cedarwood internally? I don't think.
No, usually the tree oils are not recommended for internal.
No.
There was one more I was going to add. Roman chamomile.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
I think I spelled that correctly.
you did. You did. But getting into a good routine for sleep as well would be awesome, you know? So maybe read a book or do a little journal entry before sleep instead of screens. That's the
Mhm.
first thing for me that I notice whenever I'm slipping off the good routine wagon
Mhm.
is I'm on my phone or I'm watching TV too late in bed. Like I'm waking up and the TV's still on.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, just be an adult already and go to sleep.
um, there was one other thing, but now it has.
Oh, adaptive can also be really good. The capsules for sleep.
Oh yes, or the oil probably too, because it calms
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
Anything to calm the body. What I was going to say is overall, arching over all of this is the lifelong vitality. And we can talk about that on a different screen, or just throw it in, because I think that helps with our sleep, it helps with all of this. And it just really is a good base for a healthy body.
Yeah.
All right, Bex.
Love it. All right. So next thing, aches and pains. I'm sure, well, I don't know. Everybody I speak to anyway, we all have that one place where you get a pinched nerve and it's, for me, it's right on that picture where she's got the little cropped haircut there on that shoulder. Me there and all the way up into like my hairline in the back of my neck. I always get the worst pains.
That's, I think, where a lot of women hold our tension there.
Right? We hold all of our tension there. We feel like we're not heard. I messaged you about this the other day, didn't I, Gina?
Mm-hmm.
What are the emotions to this? Because my friend's really struggling right now. And I'm like, maybe you're just not letting go of something, hun. She's like, well, of course, sure. What is it? You know? And I said, oh, you're not letting go. You're not feeling heard. You're holding on to some resentment. She's like, yeah, tell me something I don't know, you know?
So wait, Bex, tell Lee about the book real quick.
Okay, so Gina has this amazing book, and anybody can get it. It's not just Gina's, but it's where all of your physical ailments, whether they be like a pain or a continuing, maybe like a sinus infection, something like that, maybe abdominal pain. It's a consistent niggle or an issue that actually has an emotional origin. So there was a family who only treated emotions. They didn't really address the physical issues. So if this woman's kiddo came home from school and had a tummy ache, she'd figure out what emotions were associated with tummy aches, and she'd treat the emotion versus the actual tummy ache, and the tummy ache would disappear. And it all sounds a little bit woo-woo and crazy, but it works. And I bought into all this because and you can hear now I have this consistent sinus issue, and it's because I've fallen off the wagon and not done all the things I'm supposed to do. But at the change of every season, I would get this chronic sinus issue, and it's bad. And I reached out to Gina and I was like, I'm so sick of this. Like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I've improved our diet. We only eat organic. I take care of my gut. Like, what is going wrong? And she said, right, let me see what emotions are associated with it. And so she read out all these emotions, and it was me, like type A, tightly wound. It was hilarious, like listening to all these emotions that were linked to sinus issues and ear issues. And she said, okay, try using forgive and console on your feet every day as often as you think of it, and see if there's any improvement. And for a good 3 years, I never had a sinus issue again.
Wow.
I have to honestly admit, Gina,
yep.
guess what I'm not using and haven't used for quite some time?
Forgive and console.
On the soles of my feet. And listen to me. And I'm on antibiotics right now because they can't get rid of it.
Oh my goodness.
So,
all right.
Naughty me. And this is why we're doing this presentation, because there are things that we just need to do. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, I need to do forgive and console on the soles of my feet, because I have these chronic sinus issues that then plug my ears, and it's a whole mess.
Yeah. And it's
But
just another way to look at it as well. Like, especially if you have something chronic that you just like, you can't figure it out. Like, let's take a look at the emotional side.
yeah,
So
what
this book,
could it be?
yeah. And it's just like, like Bex was just like at the end of her, like, what else can I try? And then it worked. So I'll post the book, but it's called Emotions,
Buried alive.
Emotions Buried
No.
Never Die, or something like
Yeah.
that. And in the
Yeah,
back,
I like
we're
to check
all,
it out.
yeah. It's really interesting. It's fascinating. So,
And is it just like a reference book, or is it like reading as well?
no, there's a whole, like, it's reading in the beginning, all about, emotions and how they affect your physical health and all that. And then in the back, there's kind of like a little quick guide.
Reference. Okay.
It's on, you can
It's
find it
really
on
cool.
Amazon.
Leo.
All right, aches and pains.
Yes, aches and pains. So your top go-to for this would probably be any kind of deep blue. Could you throw this with Charlie? Because I'm trying to record this. Thanks, honey. There's the oil or the rub, and there's now the stick, which is amazing. And there's also the polyphenol, which is the internal.
I love that one.
Complex as well. So whenever you've got any aches and pains, or maybe you get aches and pains after working out and you don't recover too well, try applying the deep blue before you're working out to help aid your recovery, as well as using it afterwards. If you haven't tried the stick yet, get it. It's amazing. And it's so easy just to like get in that, that crook of your neck, like that little piece. Oh, can really rub it in. It's awesome. And that's got copaiba in there as well. So
I have an
I'm gonna
interesting story about that stick.
do it.
But we love stories.
Last weekend, so where that girl's hand is on her shoulder, like below her hair, my husband and his friend were out hanging out in the garage, and he's, just talking, and he just kind of turns his head, and then all of a sudden his whole body like tightens up, and he couldn't move his head, he couldn't move his neck. My husband was like, thought he was having a stroke or something.
Oh God.
And he's like, "Were you okay? What's going on?" And goes to figure out, it looked like he had like a pinched nerve or something.
Yeah.
And it just tightened up. And so my husband came in and grabbed that deep blue stick and just started, putting it on him, and just kind of where the area where it was all tightened and all down his arm. And it just, within a few minutes, he was just feeling pain relief. And he was like, "That stuff's amazing. You have to get me some." So I literally just put some on my order for him, for our friend. Because within minutes, it really just helped.
It's magical.
And like kind of release everything. And he was able to, move his head again. But it was just so cool to have, and for my husband to grab that too. He's not one to grab the oils as much as I, offer them or, suggest them, but for him to just grab that, and then it worked so great. I was like, "Oh, this is exciting."
I
That's
love
awesome.
that. That is like music to Bex and I's ears. That yeah.
Definitely. And I think as well, I think it truly is a testament to doTERRA as well. They've really thought about the fact that this product is amazing, but people aren't using it as often as they can. And they've created it in a stick format for that exact reason, to make it more accessible, to make it it's just simple. So people like your kids and your husband, let's group those together, will use it actively and find it easy to, they don't want to squirt it on their hand and rub it in and then think about what's all over their hands. They want it simple. So Charlie, stop. Okay, so I'm going to start off at the top here, though, and I'm going to do a list of oils that I highly recommend for aches and pains. There's lemongrass. Stop it, Charlie. Peppermint is really great for pain. Marjoram.
Oh yes. Marjoram is great for oh my gosh, I'm gonna draw a blank. Like
I put it under my tongue for pain as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah,
I just
it's really
ordered
good.
that yesterday.
Oh yeah, it's if you have a like a spasm, I think.
Really?
Yeah, muscle spasms. Yeah, really good. Copaiba is one of my favorites. Don't forget frankincense in there, because frankincense really helps with
Frankie boy.
Frank with the inflammation. Frankincense, turmeric, copaiba, all really good for inflammation. Lavender, I have found when the kids have had like sprains it really helps. I do lavender first because that helps with the swelling, and then I start applying the pain. But yeah, we have
I'm running out of battery, guys.
good old lavender. What else can we say for pain here? I mean, with everything, consistency is the best. You know, some people, you know, you want to do like one and done, but that's not the way this natural remedy works, you know, because your body processes it out. So you have to reapply, you have to be consistent to work through pain and sickness and all of that, right? I once, when I did have a virus very similar to what my daughter has right now, I did a couple gargles of the On Guard and I was like, oh, my throat feels better. And then I stopped. And then 2 days later, the pain came back. And I was like, okay, I need to keep doing that for a little bit longer to make sure I kill all the germs and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what else?
I mean, I think that's kind of it for the most part, right, Gina?
Well, I was just going to add detox bath with some of those oils up there, you know. And I think that would be it, you know. Oh, and I do love like my little, I have a rice pack for heat. So like putting the deep blue on and then putting your like little heat on. Oh, so good.
Heat pad.
With oils, maybe.
Oils.
Oh, I'm so excited to order that thing. It's going to be available in January, but I need that neck wrap thing that doTERRA is going to
sell. Yeah.
I'm really curious about it.
Definitely. All right, digestive discomfort. Let's see what we've got here. Well, there's lots of things, but basically you're looking to kind of relieve any inflammation, any gas, and just any discomfort in the digestive system. You know, check what you're doing on the daily. What are you doing on the daily? You need to be thinking about your lifelong vitality supplements. Are you taking a good probiotic? Are you doing a digestive enzyme? Digestive enzyme. There it is. Which is our
diet.
Yeah. Think about your diet. Bog off, Charles. Fun times. I actually take the Zendocrine complex daily as well now. It's really supportive for your liver, and if it's something that you know that you'll challenge your liver a lot, do you like to drink gin and wine? You might want to give your liver a daily support system.
I mean, don't forget. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we might as well keep consistent with the oils to use. So oils that are really good specifically for digestion would be the, what's it called? Digestion. Wow. That was hilarious. I had no idea what it was called.
And peppermint. I mean, I love my peppermint. I do not leave home without my peppermint. It's always in my purse. Always.
Yes. Fennel is actually an unsung hero for digestion.
Which is in Digest Zen, but yeah, you can use it alone.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I clicked off and went onto a different screen. You didn't see it, but I scared myself. I don't know why. So Gina, what about, have you guys tried the peppermint soft gels? They are so good.
Yeah. I mean, all the, Digest Zen soft gels are great. The peppermint soft gels, peppermint beadlets. Yeah.
I tell you what's a really good one. If you do have chronic issues, put in frankincense and where's my and? That's hilarious. Cardamom. On your belly button each day and around your tummy.
Oh yeah, cardamom is really good for constipation. Yeah, so.
And then starting your day with warm lemon water. is amazing just to get the system going as well. But frankincense and cardamom, just a couple of drops of each with some fractionated coconut oil, put it in your belly button and then massage around your belly button each day. You can even, put whatever's left on like your pulse points. It smells amazing. That can be really good just to support your digestive system in general. And then for those more chronic issues where you're not getting the peppermint to where it needs to go, because we're metabolizing it so high up in our system, those peppermint soft gels, they're enteric coated. They are amazing to get to where you need them. Charlie.
And the other thing I was going to say is, make a roller to make it easy for yourself. So, because I'm just thinking, I want to try the frankincense and cardamom. I need as much digestive support as possible. It's always been kind of one of my, I don't know, I guess it's like my challenge area. And it's so much better than it was because of that lifelong vitality and my green tea and the way I've changed my diet and all that. But always good to try something new. And so I'm thinking I need to do a roller because then it's easy. I don't have to open 2 bottles. I just open my roller and roll it on. So,
that's a good idea. Yeah.
And I think that's what I, wanted to do with this slideshow when I thought about it. When we thought about it, I was like, we need to make it easy.
Oh yeah, because we're too busy.
Because we're busy.
We are busy.
Okay, so weight changes, and I'm going to start right here with lifelong vitality. And I tell everyone, especially women our age, well, my age, I'm going to turn 50 and I'm like, the hormones are starting to be a little wacky, and lifelong vitality is like first for me. When I have a new customer, I love to suggest, if they're having health, they're not sleeping well, they're, hormonal, they're, stressed, all that stuff. I'm like, start with the lifelong vitality because that gently cleanses your body, gets your digestive system working well, helps, add in all those nutrients that you're not probably getting in your diet, the omegas and all of that, the cellular complex, which helps with it helps your body, it helps your mitochondria produce energy, sufficiently. It just helps. Yeah. It's like a tune-up, really. It's like
a catch-all. Yeah.
Yeah. So I always suggest everyone start with lifelong vitality, and then we add the oils in that they can use as well to support. So I think lemon water is great. Again, like Bex just said, for getting your metabolism going in the morning, kind of cleansing your body out. Weight changes, Terrazyme, right? That helps with your digestion.
Terrazyme's amazing for any kind of bloating. If you haven't tried Terrazyme yet, people, get some. It is like, I don't know, it's the one supplement for me, like for Gina, it's her lifelong vitalities. For me, Terrazyme sells itself. It breaks down your food again in your gut. So we don't have the digestive enzymes naturally occurring in our food like we used to, just because of the quality of our soil and the toxic soup that we basically live in. And so these are all natural plant-derived digestive enzymes that will break down your food in your gut and pull it out of the pockets of your gut so that it can all move through and eliminate easily. But I've got to say that every time I do a detox or every time I just up my intake of the Terrazyme, it's like, oh, there are my ribs. And I'm not big, but like I do get bloated and just uncomfortable around my midsection, and my jeans get tighter. But literally by just taking Terrazyme, it really helps with that. And a little bit more about the digestive discomfort, I guess. But if you have slight sensitivities to gluten or maybe dairy, if you're out at a restaurant and you're going to be eating these things, pop a couple of Terrazyme in advance, and it just helps your body's own abilities to break it down easier. They're gems to have. They really are.
I think one of the things with the lifelong vitality that one of the many I noticed was that the inflammation in my body decreased. And my daughter has noticed this as well, and she's taking it regularly, and she's like, Mom, like I see definition in my arms, and like I lost the kind of like pudge here and the pudge in the belly. So the lifelong vitality really helps with your inflammation in your body. And for people who have chronic pain, it can really help cut down the inflammation that's causing their pain. And inflammation is a huge thing because of our diet, and our food sources are not always the best. And there's, junk in our food that we don't know about, pesticides or different things that our body is trying to protect itself from, right? So then the inflammation is our body's way of trying to protect itself from these outside things that aren't natural, right? So you want to do whatever you can to try to decrease the inflammation. They are finding that many diseases, heart disease, diabetes, like are linked to inflammation in our bodies. So we need to decrease that. So you can, eat anti-inflammatory foods. You can make sure you're getting a lot of good quality mineral water, teas, obviously organic food when you can, because that is going to be a cleaner option. And then again, I just love the lifelong vitality because it does help. There's a lot of omegas, there's all the minerals and vitamins that your body needs. So it's adding all this good stuff in that helps wash away the not so good. And the lemon water is great again too.
I was just looking at it online. And it says you take 4. Do you take them all together or do you split it up? Does it matter?
You can absolutely split it up. Yeah. And so what I take usually in the morning is 2 of each. So it's 2 of the vitamin mineral, 2 of the omega, and 2 of the cellular vitality. And then I take 2 again in the afternoon. So the reason there are so many pills is because it is plant-based and it's broken down in a way that your body can use it. So it's not in one big clump like a one a day vitamin where your body can't use all that at once and half of it is washed out of your body, right? And you know that by the yellow urine that comes out and it smells like vitamins because your body's not able to use it all at once. So that's why they have, formulated it this way, so that, and it's all whole food based, so that your body can use it throughout the day and it's not being wasted.
Yes, I concur. The cellular complex, that one's in the lifelong vitality, right? The cellular complex.
Yes.
I pulled up a protocol in one of my books here, and it does say specifically if you can't tolerate all of them, the cellular complex is the one that you should really hit hard, especially if you're trying to lose weight. No, apply, it says oil. So I think cellular complex might actually be DDR prime, Gina.
Yeah.
My bad.
Or the Zendocrine. Which one is the cellular? It could be the Zendocrine.
It's not Zendocrine. Maybe it is. I don't know.
We need that cheat sheet.
I wish they would do it all in English for us.
Okay.
Another one to add on this list, Gina, would definitely be Slim and Sassy.
Oh my gosh. How could I forget?
Because you got enough Slim and Sassy without a supplement.
Well, that's because of my lifelong vitality. I can't type right now because you're in there for some reason.
Oh, that's weird.
Sorry.
Am I out now?
Nope. Oh, wait. Yes. Slim and Sassy. So this is great. A drop in your water in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening.
And they do even have the soft gels to make it easy.
Ooh, soft gels. And you can also rub this on different areas. This helps your metabolism. It also helps kind of curb your sugar cravings. So
that's it. And then
the lifelong vitality does as well. Just gonna say.
She's all about the lifelong vitality, guys. But if you did want to expand yourself on the product line, we have a whole new list of products, the nutritional ones. So we've got the protein, powders, we've got the green powders, we've got the fiber, all the different kind of like food supplement line
Yes. Protein.
is awesome. There's the protein, there's the whey one, there's the plant-based one. I think they have a couple of flavored ones.
Yeah, and they always make a vegan option. There is a vegan option of the Lifelong Vitality as well. So
That's the one we use on our detoxes, the vegan.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Awesome. Awesome.
All right. Your turn.
My turn. What's next?
Hormone change.
Oh, Lordy. This is more up Gina's street, but I can type while she talks. All right. So, never forget, no woman should be without Clary Sage.
Yes.
Clary Calm. I just had to run and do it this morning.
It's
And
magic.
I'm all better now. I'm all better.
Mhm.
So both of these two oils are incredibly supportive for women of any age, in all honesty, who are either beginning their cycle or ending their cycle, or they're slap bang in the middle of it. I am not a fan of the scent of either of these two. And so I put it on my feet, and it makes a massive difference to the way that my tummy feels. So this morning I did actually do a smiley face on the bottom of my belly because I was already dressed. But generally, the more I use Clary Calm, the less I know when my time of the month is going to pop up. I don't have any cramping, and I really, again, I'm confused as to why I don't do it all the time. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just slipping off the wagon. So the more you use Clary Calm on your lower abdomen and the soles of your feet, the less likely it is that you're going to have any major changes in hormones or pain level when it's that time of month. Clary Calm is also awesome for any kind of hormonal skin issues, even for your teenage boys. Go ahead and get it on the soles of their feet. Tear off the pink and purple label if you have to, and put another label on it so that they don't know it's a girly one. It can work wonderful.
I've had people I've had a friend who was going to have a hysterectomy, and she started the Clary Calm and Lifelong Vitality and was able to, even out her cycle and still has her uterus, so
Amazing.
it is pretty amazing. People call it magical Clary Calm. It really is one that every woman should have. Yes, the Lifelong Vitality absolutely helps with your hormone balance.
Gina is a big advocate for all of that.
Big advocate. Whisper is the women's blend that paired with Clary Calm. Many women love those two together for hormone balance.
And then here we go. Let's see. The women's monthly blend is the Clary Calm, but there's also you have to, guys, if you haven't tried these, the bone nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
It's $17. And it's amazing for any kind of bone health that obviously goes along with everything else for an aging woman, and the phytoestrogen.
Yes. Yeah.
I, for some reason, thought that this was only for women of a certain age who were going through the change. It's not. I was wrong. It's for anybody. But I do know that if you are having hot flashes, women will fight over these. I've got a few ladies who literally will call me being like, why don't you keep spares in? Because I keep running out and I need them. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Buy 2 bottles at once.
Buy 2 bottles and have it on repeat, friends. That's what the loyalty rewards program is for. So the phytoestrogen is a wonderful supplement. And then oils, I'm going to add up here balance.
Absolutely.
Balance is wonderful. And a favorite of mine is Console.
Oh.
Wonderful, just to kind of settle down those mid-month blips. Yeah. Anything else, Gina?
I think that looks like a really good
And I think maybe I would also just put any kind of floral oil in general is incredibly supportive. So think magnolia, think jasmine, think rose, geranium. They're very supportive for the hormones.
Yeah. Love it.
Love. Awesome. I'm so glad that now Charlie is barking. That's my favorite. All right, Gina, you can type on this one while I talk, because I'm going to read off a protocol, if that's all right.
Okay. Yeah.
So for adrenals, adrenal fatigue, I feel like is something that a lot of people we suffer from, and we have no idea that that's the problem. So we treat all these different things, but honestly, it's a stress-related deterioration of the adrenal glands and your ability to produce your hormones correctly. And so I think if you've been run down for a long time and your hormones are all out of whack and you're in pain and you've gained weight and you're bloated and your digestive system is off and you can't sleep, it's probably your adrenals. It really is. And so maybe we should have put this slide first. I don't know. But number one should be, if you're too busy and you can't cook yourself correct meals and pack appropriate snacks, get your lifelong vitality. Gina's already on there before even knowing. She's like, get the lifelong vitality in you, because they're going to do a lot of the work for you that we just don't have time to think about and do, right? So take your lifelong vitality. Here is a wonderful protocol, and it's suggested you do this for at least a month, possibly two, depending on how run down you are. I feel like we should all agree to do this.
Yes.
Okay. So like for the run up to the holidays, bug off, Charles. He's getting the official name now. For 4 to 8 weeks, you're going to make yourself a roller. All right. You're going to make yourself a roller with lemon, rosemary, frankincense, and basil. Do you want me to tell you the amounts and put it in parentheses after each oil? Sure. Okay, it's equal parts of rosemary, frankincense, and basil. But whatever you did, I don't know how to, and then double it for lemon. So let's say you do 20 of lemon.
So is this like a 10 ml roller, right?
Yeah, sure.
20 of lemon.
And then 10 of rosemary, frank, and basil.
Okay. 10.
Beautiful. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a roll. And then you can top it up with fractionated coconut oil, as always. You're going to massage this into your neck and your kidneys 3 times a day.
Massage into like the back of your neck?
It doesn't say.
Okay, I'm going to say back of neck and kidneys.
It might be the front, because that's like thyroid, right?
Oh yeah, here, huh? Okay, you're probably right.
But watch what you're doing with that lemon. Don't go straight out into the sunshine, because it is a citrus.
I'm sorry, on the neck and the kidneys. Oh yeah, you wrote it on there. Okay.
Neck and kidneys, how many times? 2 times a day?
3 times a day. So I would probably, it doesn't specify. So let's do the whole neck. The whole neck. But because there's lemon in there, Lee, just don't be going directly out into the sunshine because of the citrus. Obviously, that's like, you know, citrus oil and sun doesn't always go together too well.
Yeah.
And the kidneys 3 times a day. They're wanting you to surround yourself. So diffusing as often as you can through the day, rosemary and peppermint.
Diffuse rosemary and peppermint.
Yeah.
Moving you guys here. Okay. Which is also good for concentration, focus.
Rosemary is phenomenal for concentration. Oh, and peppermint is too. Yeah, but rosemary is like insane. Yeah. And then the final thing that you're going to do is if you haven't tried it, you're going to need it. I hope you haven't done your order yet, Lee. The Mito 2 Max.
Mito to max. Okay, so that's like that.
And you're gonna do 2 capsules twice a day. So 2 in the morning, and I would do 2 in the afternoon. I would not do these at bedtime.
Yeah, 2 capsules morning and noon. How about that?
Yes. Yeah, I would not do them at bedtime just because they do have, I believe, a green tea. They have some kind of like caffeine. It's an energy one. So you don't want energy at bedtime.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this and then the Frank and cardamom roller.
Yes. And you can't, don't ever worry about doing too many oils at the same time. Your body knows what to do with them. So don't worry.
Yeah.
But I think we should try that. That would be awesome.
Yes. I think we all, all women could use a little adrenal
Support.
Yes.
And then, yeah. And then any oils as well that just make you feel great, you should always do. Gina, I have to, I'll be back in like 1 minute.
Go for it.
Can you cover? Keep going.
Got you. I got you. I am going to leave the cognitive function for you though, because that's your wheelhouse. She, Bex's original love study is, she works with kids with learning difficulties, I guess. And so she's all about the brain, and it's fun to hear her talk about all that.
Oh, maybe I'll pick her brain a little bit. With my older son, he's been having so much anxiety, but it's coming out in these like weird ways where, well, because he has muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
He has very mild autism. And then like, I think he's been kind of stressed with school. So then his stress is causing him to have these anxieties that are like really irrational. Like his eyes will be sore, and then he'll start worrying about if he looks too far left or right with his eyes, he's going to ruin his vision. Or, you know, if he moves his arm too far forward, he's going to hurt his arm. You know, it's like these really irrational things.
Yeah.
And I've been trying a lot of stuff to try to just help calm his mind. And
yes,
you know, I know sometimes it takes time, so kind of waiting to see if some things kick in, but
oh yeah, but definitely ask Bex for sure. I mean, I know I talk about the lifelong vitality a lot, but it's not a bad idea to get him on, even if it's not, that's a good, kind of vitamin mineral supplement, because he's a teenager, right?
yeah, he's 16.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes a good, regimen of things, supplements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just trying to find something.
Yeah. Okay. So if he is just to support his body that way, his nutrition, because I know when I don't eat well, or when I, I'm not taking my supplements, I can tell, because it's just more, your body doesn't have the like strength to deal with all these emotions and different things, right? Like it needs that inner strength.
And I want to try that adrenal thing for him too, because he's been on a steroid for 11 years, for his diagnosis. That's one of the only treatments they have. So, I know that is wearing on him, and he probably has adrenal fatigue. And so I'll probably try that.
I think we all do, truly. We all have adrenal fatigue, it's so definitely if there's something that indicates it, I would hop on it.
Yeah, she has some kind of things to talk about with you, Beth. Maybe you have some suggestions. In fact, do you want to do cognitive function now, while your dog's away?
While he's at the moment silent, yes.
And then I'll
let's do it.
Yeah.
So there are so many. I feel like these two as well, the cognitive function and then the emotional health, they can be so closely linked. But I'm going to specifically kind of talk about your ability to attend when you're being spoken to. So for example, in school, can you focus in class? Can you switch your brain on? We say it to the kids, but truly, can you do it as an adult as well? Can you recognize when you're not focused? And do you know what to do to help yourself? Number one would always be hydrate, as silly as it sounds, but hydrate. So I like to put oils in my water all day long. I highly recommend you do it, just because the oils can do so much more for you than just hydrate you. They'll be having some kind of emotional or physical impact to you as well. So always add Gina with her good quality mineral oil, her $1 million water. I agree, it's good. It's very true, and I always forget about it. But yes, getting a good quality water as well. Are you into your alkaline waters? I know I am. And then
Well,
so I
because, yeah, so not all water is created equal. Just saying.
It's not. I know, I can't wait to go back to the UK because the water is delicious straight out of the tap. It's phenomenal in England.
Right.
It literally tastes like you're drinking from like a fresh babbling brook. Like, it is just amazing.
It is so true. Okay. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So hydrate. So good quality mineral water, and put on there as well, Gina. Oils. Put your oils in your water. Put your oils in your water.
Yeah.
Obviously, your lifelong vitality. I'm not going to take it away from Miss Gina. We do need that. But oils on the crown. So you have a nerve, the vagus nerve, or the vagus, VAGUS nerve, and it goes from the top of your head and it goes all the way down into your gut. And so if you're going to get oils here, they're going to be sending signals. It's directly into your gut, and your gut is your second brain. Your brain is your first brain, and then your gut is your second brain. So you want to try and work on both things at the same time, and by putting oils on your crown, you can really do that. Go ahead and put copaiba on your crown, frankincense. I'm a big fan of rosemary on the crown. I can tell if I haven't put my rosemary on, I might as well just go back home and do it if I've forgotten it, because my day's otherwise going to be a shower of delight. It just switches you on, and it really helps clear thinking. Another thing I like to do is put the emotional oils on my pulse points, depending on what I'm feeling. Do I need to use Motivate today? Do I need to use Console? Am I feeling like a little tightly wound? Maybe I should use my Console. I rarely need to use things like the focus oils. So peppermint's a basic focus oil, but there's also In Tune that you can go ahead and put on your temples, the back of your neck, your wrists. Take deep inhales. There's also a child's version, if you will, but it's just a more gentle version of In Tune, and it's called Thinker. So you can also try Thinker. It's not only for children, adults can use it too. But that's also a great oil that you can use. Charlie, can you please stop being crazy? I'd really appreciate it. Adaptive.
Oh, yes.
Yes, adaptive. Adaptive is an amazing oil to use, and you can even use the supplement internally, but that's not specifically for cognitive function and focus.
That might be a good one for you to try. Have you tried the adaptive with him?
No.
Oh,
Maybe
well,
I'll give that
maybe tell me what, tell Bex what you told me. I think maybe adaptive might be a good, there's an oil and then there's an internal capsule, and it is the most calming and it works so quickly. Yeah, that has helped a lot of kids with anxiety. Several of my friends' kids with anxiety about going to school and different things. So,
I had a student like that.
yeah.
He started a new homeschool this year, and so just having a new like a new regimen, a new way of doing things. And
how old is he?
He's 16. He has muscular dystrophy, and he also has like Asperger's, like very high functioning, very mild, some OCD, like obsessive stuff. But he's been having like this obsessive like anxiety lately, where he has all these irrational like worries, and I think it's been brought on by stress, but because he has muscular dystrophy, so he'll worry, if he reaches for something too far on the table, he'll worry that he moved his arm too far and he like damaged himself, or things that are just so out there for us, but for him, it's like a true worry. Like he has a laptop he works on for school, and if he hits the backspace button too many times in a row, he'll sit there for a half an hour worried that he broke it, and I have to remind him, well, it's still working, it's not broken, you know what I mean? But every day he's just having these really irrational, obsessive worries, and trying to just find something to help calm his mind and help him.
Right. And have it become his process and not the one that you're having to guide as well would be the key. First of all, wow, kudos to you doing this every single day and then homeschooling as well. That's a lot. That is one amazing mama right there. I like you, because I was going to say you need to recognize it as being real. So, and it's irrational for us, but it's completely real. So it's not
I see it
irrational.
in him. He's very worried, so I know for him it's like a true,
Oh yeah. So I
feeling.
think this would be more on the therapy side, and I'm not as trained in all of this, but perhaps trying to speak to a marriage and family therapist about this, not because it's your marriage, but I think that's just what they're titled as, specifically who are good with pediatrics, because you need to somehow angle the question in to have him come to the realization that it's not a realistic outcome versus you having to give him that answer all the time. But oils, and you can kind of introduce the oils as being like a resolution as well, like, okay, so this is one kind of technique. I would definitely try the adaptive. I love the adaptive. It takes the crazy out of me. Like when I'm about to lose my mind because my kids won't do something really simple like put their shoes on. If I just take adaptive soft gels, it brings me down a peg or two. And so if it's that kind of like fight or flight in that parasympathetic nervous system kind of is just losing it, definitely the adaptive soft gels internally are amazing for that. They work on the that fight or flight piece of the brain, and the oil and the roller work on the other side of the brain. So by using the entire system simultaneously, it can really help just calm and relax and rationalize things. Oils on the crown might be key as well, just because you don't have to think about it. It's there all day long then as well, and it's just doing its work. Maybe start with copaiba because it's super gentle. Diffusing things, because that way then he's not even having to be part of that process, but you can diffuse things and hopefully he'll like them. Console
I would think
is a great one.
Console, forgive and console. I think I would definitely try those.
Peace maybe as well.
Oh, peace, yes. Peace is amazing. And you don't have to diffuse it for hours. Diffuse it for a few minutes so it's not overwhelming to him. He's still getting that, a few minutes at a time, but you don't have to leave the diffuser on for hours and hours and hours. Just getting it into the system even a little bit, or having him, just be around it for a few minutes will help. I agree on the copaiba. That is such a calming oil. Frank, like I've done it under my tongue and I literally feel like my brain calm. I have felt it. It's really amazing.
Oh yeah. And the frankincense and lavender on your thumb, and then push your thumb into the roof of your mouth and almost try and get it into that soft part of your palate. And just hold it there for like 20 seconds. That can be incredibly calming. It gets straight into your blood system. I don't know if you go for that, but you might while you're watching him spiral. That might help you. And you can get my number from Gina. I'm happy to talk with you more. And because there's a technique of questioning called Socratic questioning, where you can respond to his response specifically while still trying to guide him in the right direction. And maybe I can get you some referrals that might help you out.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
So all of this would be good things to try.
Definitely. And I do have for just a brain fog buster, just to kind of come back to the presentation just a little bit. You're going to layer a drop of each. So frankincense, cedarwood, patchouli, sandalwood and vetiver on the back of your neck. So pretty much the entire forest. Frankincense, you can just go and get the entire forest and rub it on my neck. That'd be awesome. Frankincense, cedarwood, patchouli, little floral there, and vetiver.
Oh, vetiver.
You got it?
Yeah. And what do we do with it? In a roller?
You can make a roller, put it on the back of your neck. And it's going to enhance your brain circulation.
Ooh.
And you can mix, you know, like if you're like, oh gosh, this is a little woody, I need something to lift it, you know, maybe just put a little bit of something else in there to lighten it up. I don't know what.
Peppermint. Maybe a little peppermint.
And so that's just overall brain support and a little brain fog buster for you.
And, you know, all of those, you know, you think of the tree oils, they're grounding you back down to the ground, right? They're just bringing you back down.
Yes.
So yeah, those are all, I mean, I love the wood oils for sure.
She sure does. I'm a frankincense girl. Well, she likes frank too, but cedarwood's her.
It's my jam. And vetiver is actually an oil from roots. So like, I think you open vetiver and it smells kind of like dirt, you know, but it really does just bring you down and ground you.
Jelly.
Peace oil. Yes. Console, forgive, and peace. If I was, you know, like those are my favorite emotional oils for sure. Peace is the reassuring blend. So, and it does just that. It really does.
So great. All right. Do you want to do this one, Gina?
Yeah, I think this is the last one. Okay. So emotional health. And so we've talked about the emotional oils here and there, but one thing I've kind of been thinking about and focused on lately, and I do go to acupuncture here and there. And one thing she said was, it made me think, because you know how they can kind of sense your energy, right? Some people can just do that. They can sense. And she's like, have you been sleeping very well? And have you, do you feel like stressed and that kind of thing? And I'm like, well, not really. I don't really feel stressed, but I think what it is my cells are stressed inside. And sometimes it doesn't come out openly, but inside your body is carrying stress. Your cells carry that. And it's just like they talk about, you know, how something happens when you're 14 and you're, you know, and you bury it deep in, right? And you are still dealing with that sometimes when you're 30 or 40 or whatever, because you haven't, I don't know, released it or let your cells kind of release it. And so our body does carry this, even though you might not feel it. And so I feel like all these oils that we've mentioned, peace and console and forgive, can absolutely be daily oils, and they should be daily oils, because we all have something we need a little extra, you know, reassuring about, or we need to forgive and let go. Console is oh my God, I'm trying to remember what blend that is called.
The console is the comforting blend.
Comforting blend. So we all have something we can be comforted about, right? So I really love that, the idea of these being everyday oils, not just when you had an event in your life, or, you know, a hard event that you're dealing with. I feel like these are daily. Along with adaptive, I believe should be daily for so many people. Anxiety is such a huge problem in our society. And so if we can do anything to help these kiddos who are dealing with all this anxiety, I just think like that is just going to wear on them. So if we can help them when they're young, and that's what this adaptive line was developed for, was kids age like 13 and up. And they really wanted to focus on all these kids who are dealing with all this anxiety. So those are some of the favorites. Of course, you know, there's the copaiba I love for calming the body. It helps your body come back to like a homeostasis, which I love that, the thought of that, bringing us back into just this happy, peaceful place. So I really think emotional health is something we all need to, focus
Mhm.
on daily. One of the things, and this is what I think about when I think about the fact that sometimes we're in this state and we forget to use our oils. My daughter, when she was in 6th grade, had a girlfriend pass away, and she had a disease, but it was so hard for her because she had gotten to know this girl, and all of a sudden she's so young, and all of a sudden she was gone, and I was trying to help her deal with this, and all of a sudden I realized, I'm like, the oils, after like a week I was like, I'm going to give her some console and forgive, and like I almost saw an immediate, like, just like she just was able to kind of breathe and process it a little more. And so just supporting your body with these emotional oils is amazing. And if we do it daily, then we're set for when those big things do happen. Anything you want to add to that? I'm just keeping it kind of simple because we've
Talked a lot.
yeah.
No, I mean the entire adaptive protocol would be amazing because then you're getting both sides of the brain. So definitely hit those the capsules. They're amazing. For me, it's the capsules more than the oil. If I was allowed one, I'd just take the capsules.
Yeah, me too.
They are beyond good. And don't forget about Tulsi. So Tulsi has the components of frankincense and lavender, and I think another big one, like, I could be copaiba or sandalwood, I forget, but it's a big hidden oil, and it has all the emotional and physical components of all three of those oils, but in one. You wouldn't use it instead of, but if you're trying to really do a capsule, Tulsi can be pretty phenomenal. And if you're at a place where you're completely overwhelmed and depleted and completely just exasperated and emotionally so spent, bergamot can rescue you on your solar plexus, which is like that area below your rib cage but above your belly button. It is, I don't know what it does. It catches you. It's a good one.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Learn something new. Oh, whoops.
it's a goodie.
All right. I don't know. I'm trying to make this so that it all fits on this slide.
I know, I'm doing it as well. I better stop.
Come here. Come here. No, you don't want to. Oh my Lord. This is what I've been doing all week. I've been doing this all week. Okay, it's staying there. Okay, so in kind of wrap up, there are times when we need our oils the most. Put them in easily accessible places. Put them next to your bed, next to your kid's bed, next to their desk, next to your desk, on your kitchen counter, in your master bath. Save your old bottles, your empty bottles, and then when you get a new lavender, split it up so you have it in 2 places in your home.
Yes.
Right? So you're not thinking, oh, I got to go get my lavender, I got to put that on or whatever, and then you forget. So put it in different places in your home, make it easy. That's the whole point, is to use them and to have them help you find your balance and support your body.
Yes.
What are you going to
What she said.
What are you going to change today? Well, I'm definitely going to try the frankincense cardamom roller, as well as the adrenal support month. Let's call it adrenal support month.
Yes. Me too, chickadee.
I'm so glad you joined us, Lee, today. It was really nice to have you on and to share, to hear you share. We always love the stories. I love the story of your husband with his deep blue, it's just like, that just makes our hearts sing.
Yeah, it's everything that we're hoping for. So that's great. Thanks so much. And if you've got any more questions about anything, I'd be happy to help you out.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. If you have any questions, hit us up.
All right. Thanks, ladies.
Okay. Have a great day.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.